Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome back to another Ranking the Franchise. Now, as you guys know, I've been working towards hitting 100 movies in the month of March, and by the time you see this, I will have done so. But some of the movies that I watched to get to that 100 was the entire Saw franchise. And since I know it's my thumbnail, I probably should really rank this franchise, wouldn't you say? Now, this is what I watched. I watched this entire franchise on this. This is all 8 films, including Jigsaw. But what fun is that I can't show individual copies? So, I'm going to be showing the DVD copies and the separate Blu-ray of Jigsaw instead of what I actually watched. So, now keep in mind, on this set, I believe they're all the unrated director's cuts. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Also, another a thing I'd like to say is that I do like all these films. I just don't like them all the same. And just bear in mind that this is my opinion and how I see the films. Okay, now we're going to get started. Coming in last place is Saw 5. Yeah, this one, while I did like some of the traps in it, it just didn't engage me that much. It seemed... I'm not a big fan of that detective that comes in the second half of the series. And I don't know, it just... Some of the movies that he's in are some of my least favorite. So yeah, that's Saw 5 coming in last place. Coming up next is Saw 4. Now, I do like this film. Like I said, I like all of them. But I like this one just a little bit more than the 5th one. I like the way this one comes together. This one tells a pretty linear story and includes some of the backstory in it as well. So, yeah, this is a fun one. Definitely a fun movie. And I think the traps are a little bit better than that were in Part 5. Coming up next is Jigsaw. Now, this is a brand new copy that I've never opened. I'll probably be giving it away at some time for some contest. And it is a part of this set as well. But like I said, I wanted to do them individually to give you guys a little bit more to look at. Now, I went to see this with a very good friend of mine when it first came out. And I really enjoyed it. Now, this is a prequel to some degree. Yeah. You'd have to see the movie. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But it is a prequel. And it is also a sequel, if that makes any sense. But yeah, this one's a lot of fun. And the traps in this one are absolutely fantastic. And to be honest, when I rewatched this film, because it's the first time I've watched it since I saw it in movie theaters, I actually forgot who the killer was. And, you know, that's a good thing. Because all the rest of them, I pretty much knew everything that happened. But yeah, Jigsaw. Alright, coming up next is probably a lot of people's least favorite, and that is Saw the Final Chapter, or Saw 3D, or Saw 7. A lot of names. For some reason, I've always liked this film, and I can't actually pinpoint a reason why. Maybe it's the trap in the very beginning where it's done on live television, or out in the open, with the glass and everything around it. I just think that's so cool that they did that. And no one can do anything to stop it, which is really neat. And I like the story and pretty much how it wrapped everything up. So, yeah. I've always liked Saw 7. I don't understand the hate it gets. But, yeah, definitely. Saw 7. Coming up next, and this was a tough one. I really like Saw 2. A lot of people don't. Now, this is, of course, where you have a bunch of random people in a room, and they're trying to get out, and they're trying to get to the end in order to find an antidote for the stuff that they've ingested. And I really like that. And this is when you get an explanation of why John Kramer is doing what he's doing. And I can really relate to that. Now, the difference between this one and, say, a Part 3, which will be coming up soon, is I can relate to it a little bit more. So, yeah. And that is Saw 2. Coming up next, and surprisingly enough, is Saw 6. I really enjoyed this film. I thought the traps were brilliant. I liked the way everything ties together, and I watched a show called Scream Queens. Not the one that was on, not the comedy one that was on television. This was like a reality competition show where the person who won got a role in a major motion picture. It just happened to be this motion picture. And I believe, yeah, you can't really see her on the back very well, but yeah, she's actually in this film. So I have a lot of fond memories of seeing 6. And this one is just really, really mean-spirited. And I like that. I don't know what that says about me, but I like it. Yeah, and that's Saw 6. Okay. Coming in second place is actually Saw 3. When I watched these a while back, I always liked Saw 2 a little bit more than Saw 3, but for some reason, Saw 3 edged Saw 2 out this time as my second favorite. As I said, I can relate a lot to John Kramer, and not in a vicious sort of bad way, but the message that he's trying to send to be able to deserve life, because it's very easily taken away. And that's one of the reasons why I like the Saw series so much. It's not exactly him killing people, it's the people not making the right choice. So, or not making the tough choices. But if they had made the right choices, they wouldn't be there in the first place. So, yeah, Saw 3 coming in at second place. Fantastic film. Which leaves first place, of course, and that is the original Saw. Like I said, these are just DVDs that I've had around. All these, of course, aren't the unrated cuts, but I do have all the unrated cuts in that Blu-ray collection, and that's what I watched. Saw. This movie is brilliant. It is a brilliant, brilliant film, and it has possibly one of the best endings ever to be, or the best twist and ending ever to be in a horror film, in my opinion. I know because they made so many so quick, a lot of people kind of crap on the Saw movies, but I think they're great, and I think they hold up rather well, in my opinion. I also have the original Saw that has the water in it, but that's upstairs, and the saw blade kind of floats around. But yeah, fantastic movie. Would probably be in my top, it's definitely in my top 50 horror movies of all time. It may be in my top 30. I don't know if it would be in my top 20, but it's probably in my top 30. But yeah, Saw is just a fantastic film, so well acted, so well directed, and it's just so different from anything that we had seen. And I have to give it props for that. James Wan is a brilliant director. It's not a big surprise that he has done so well for himself, because he knocked it out of the park with his film. So, yeah. But yeah, glad to finally be doing this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Now that I've been working towards hitting that 100, which I've already hit it, it's nice to be able to go back and revisit some of these movies and watch them kind of at my leisure. So, there's some more series that I want to do, but I definitely wanted to get this one done because, of course, Billy the Puppet is on my thumbnail, and I've never ranked the Saw series. Go figure. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like what you see and hear, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.